Dalton Smith, thank you for joining us on All Out Fighting. Congratulations on becoming world champion. Tell me, how did that first sip of Guinness taste?
It was good. It was good. Not as good as the victory, but yeah, it went down. It was smooth. It was good. A good pint.
Can you pour a good pint now?
It was the first one, and I think it tasted all right. So yeah, happy days.
You were the away fighter on a big fight in New York. What was the week like leading up to it? Was it different in any way from being at home and having home comforts?
No, I mean it was good. Obviously, I've got a good team around me, and they kept it as smooth as possible. Kept me away from any distractions, and I enjoyed it. In New York, it's what dreams are made of.
Going into the fight, what was the game plan?
Just anything to win. But no, obviously we knew the challenge we had ahead. Maybe boxed him a little bit more, but we knew he was going to get in some sticky situations. But we covered all grounds to deal with that. But I believe it was an entertaining fight for people to watch, and obviously just stuck it out and did what I had to do to win.
What sort of instructions or feedback were you getting in the corner in between rounds?
Obviously a good first round. Then a few little bits from my dad was like, do this more, do that. But it was calm because we was comfortable in the fight. And I just knew if I pushed him back, stayed with the pace, stuck with him, because I had plenty left in the tank. I wasn't dipping at all. It was, just stick with the pace, stay on his chest, and I knew he was going to break before me.
Was there a point in the fight where what you thought you could do, it became obvious that you could actually do it? Was it in that fifth round or was it before?
No, I just knew every time I punched him, I got his respect. But he hit me with his best shots, and I weren't budging, it didn't hurt me. So I was losing respect for his power as the rounds went on, but I could feel him getting weaker as the rounds went.
How different was the fight compared to how you expected it to be?
It's hard because you're imagining all different scenarios in the fight. I imagine myself out boxing for 12 rounds. I also imagine the fight going how it went. You have a war. But we had all angles covered, whatever situation we got into the fight. So if I could pick, I'd have had the fight exactly how it went on Saturday.
When you put him down, did you think that's it, or did you think he'd get back up and carry on?
I mean, obviously when he's gone down, you always expect your opponents to get back up. You're ready to go back out. So, once I seen the ref wave it off, I was like, job done. World champion.
You can imagine all these things over the years, or not how it's going to feel, but in reality, at that second when he waved it off, how did it feel? What was the first thing?
Dream come true. It was unbelievable. Everything we've done from a young age, it was, me and my dad had conquered the world there. It was good. And
it's an obvious question, but how special was it to have not only have your dad there, but
yeah,
I mean, he's yards away.
Yeah. Me and my dad started together, and we reached the pinnacle of professional boxing. Becoming a world champion. So it's was just as good as I've always thought.
I'm assuming after the fight, it's mad. You've got so many things to do. And when was the first point you could actually sit down on your own, or with your dad, whichever, and just think about it?
Still not had that moment yet. I still not had that moment yet. Like I said, still jet lagged, still tired. Need to catch up on sleep. So I think it's still yet to sink in.
And you went straight out, is that right, afterwards?
Of course. I never drink after a fight. I'm not a big drinker anyway. But I knew I was going to enjoy a good pint of Guinness after the fight.
Yeah, I can't imagine it takes much if you've been training and then you've had a fight. I mean, 1 pint surely.
Exactly. I mean, like you said, I don't even like drinking, but I do enjoy a Guinness. So, I probably had 4. Felt like I'd had 15. But we had a good night. Just with, like you said, the family, friends, all the supporters who came out. We had a good night.
And how long did you stay in New York for afterwards?
I was flying home the day after.
Really?
Yeah.
And what have you been up to since?
Not much. Catching, just chilling out. Just probably sat back away from all the noise a little bit. But I think, obviously, you've got to get all the media done, take advantage of it all and stuff. So once we've got all this out of the way, then I'll probably have a bit of downtime.
Have you had any messages of congratulations from people you didn't expect?
Oh, massive. Just the support overall has been massive, and especially from my hometown of Sheffield. You know, like I say, it's the support's been crazy, and I'm honoured for that.
There has been, I don't know if the word's criticism, obviously not of yourself, but the fight was on the channel or on a stream people probably didn't tune into. It was 40 pounds, it's middle of the night.
Yeah.
Did it feel like there wasn't a lot of buzz around it?
Possibly with the promotion, with the build-up, but you know, it didn't let it affect me. You know, as long as I came out victorious with the world as a world champion, but I think it's got enough credit since the fight. You know, the manner I've done it, the story behind it all. I think that's blown itself up. As
you said, if you could do it, if you could write how to do it,
yeah.
I mean, maybe apart from winning at Hillsborough, but that would have to be up there.
Of course, 100%.
You can win a world title, but you don't get 5 minutes before you're asked what you're going to do next. Had you thought beforehand about what you would do once you're world champion, or was it a case of just let me get there and then we'll see?
No, I never do even fights before. You know, I never look what's after. I had one job, and that was to become a world champion. And over the next couple of weeks, I'll have a bit of downtime, and I'll leave that to my team, my manager, Eddie. They'll sit and talk and see what the best options are. But as of now, like, I'm just going to enjoy the moment.
No one can dispute that you're world champion, but do you consider yourself to be the best super lightweight in the world?
Of course, you know, I didn't come into boxing to just be another number. I've worked my horse off. I've, you know, now got, for me, the best belt in boxing, you know, forever. And now it's a case of chipping away.
We spoke to Adam Azim this week. He fights in a couple of weeks. It always felt like there was, whether you were bothered about it or not, or he was bothered about it, but some sort of unofficial race to become world champion if you didn't fight each other first. Do you feel like you've moved on now and he's sort of like in your slipstream?
Of course. Obviously, we're both on as different paths. Obviously, I want him to go and do well, win a world title, and then, but obviously you've got to earn your stripes first. And obviously, I'm pushing on to different fights, bigger.
We've all seen rivalries being built and never happen or happen too late. Does that cross your mind, or are you just focused on yourself?
No, I believe the fight will happen, but of course it's not. You've got to earn your spot. You know, I'm not going to give someone a fuck me. But yeah, I believe obviously Adam's got to go on and earn his stripes, which I believe he will do, and then obviously hopefully we can come back to the fight.
Finally, what are your plans now for the next couple of weeks?
Just chill out, have a bit of downtime. Obviously it's been a long camp, stop, start. Obviously getting the fight over the line, so it's been, you know, busy, long camp, so we're going to have a couple of weeks downtime.
You got your Rolex yet?
Not yet, I'm waiting on it.
Do you get to choose, or does everyone get the same model?
I don't know, they've been asked that a few times today, but if we can choose, Eddie will wish he'd not let me.
Perfect. Dalton, thank you very much.